Someone shared that recently, according to information posted on Zhejiang provincial government's website, a man surnamed Zhang was interrogated by police for using a VPN app called Lantern to bypass the Great Firewall and access Wikipedia. Someone replied, "Wasn't Lantern said to be developed by Google?" It was said that even the editor-in-chief of the CCP's mouthpiece Global Times, Hu Xijin, in fact, in China, for the CCP officials, the higher their position is, the more important they see staying up to date about international events is. Someone said, "Speaking of security, apart from the apps developed by Falun Gong practitioners, it is impossible to verify how much data the servers of other VPNs collect." Someone shared that on October 30th, Yang Kaifang, a man from Guangzhou, was sentenced to half a year in prison for posting information deemed as anti-party, anti-socialist, that slander the current CCP leader, as well as disinformation regarding the anti-extradition bill protests in Hong Kong on Telegram and Twitter. Someone replied, "It is very dangerous to register a Telegram account using a domestic number sent to the phone owner for retrieving password. It can't gain access to the owner's account." Someone shared this video which shows the scene when Chinese aunties and Japanese aunties met unexpectedly in Japan. Someone shared this picture to show that this is the type of shoe worn by ladies in ancient China. Someone shared a recent experience and said, "The female janitor working in the community that I live in is from my hometown. Today, she asked me when I would be free to go back to my hometown and asked me to help carry back some winter clothes. I replied, saying that it would be better to not go out whenever possible during the epidemic. She said the epidemic was clearly transmitted to us by the Americans, but the US threatened to wage a war against China. But we are not afraid. We should take this opportunity to liberate Taiwan." I said, "Will you fight on the battlefield?" She said, "I'm too old." I said, "What about your son?" She said, "The factory that my son worked at just closed down. Now he is even worried about having access to food." In this video, this man explained a very important factor that led to disputes and shared a bit on how to reduce such unnecessary disputes.
几个问题啊，第一个，你觉得中医是不是伪科学？上帝是不是一些人的意向？苹果手机一定比小米手机好？你先不要急着回答，这些问题啊，都是著名的让好友面红耳赤，让发小隔席断交的分手题。为什么这么说呢？因为啊，回答问题之前，我们还没有搞清楚什么是事实，什么是观点。所以今天给您分享一个概念：事实和观点。举个例子吧，我说今天天气很冷啊，你说这是事实还是观点呢？你肯定想这是自然规律啊，不以人的意志为转移的，这当然是事实了。错，这是观点。今天气温是-15度，这是事实。天气冷和热是因人而异。那你就会说呢，那我们如何区分什么是观点，什么是事实呢？第一个呢，事实是可以证实或者证伪的，观点呢是一套价值体系，只要不违反事实，逻辑自洽，任何观点没有对错。那如何面对这种观点的争论呢？我们最好的2个字，有趣。就是你有表达你观点的权利，但是我不认可观点，你只能说，哎，很有趣，你这样的看。
Someone replied, "Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said in Meditations, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Someone replied, "More people in China tend to draw conclusions whenever they speak, such as labeling certain things or persons as anti-party, insulting China, traitors, etc., instead of seeking truth, hearing from other perspectives, and having discussions." Someone said, "Civilization itself implies a fragile balance. The irrational parts must be suppressed, otherwise civilization will be easily destroyed." Someone shared a video of a pro-Trump rally. A Chinese netizen posted an article titled, "Analysis of the Roots of Division in American Society." He wrote, "Democratic Party supporters are primarily IT professionals, Hollywood celebrities, government officials, and those working at academic and scientific research institutions. These people make up the elite group in the Democratic Party, but there are not many of them. Therefore, the majority of votes for the Democratic Party come from the unemployed living on welfare in big cities, and refugees from Latin America and the Middle East who have obtained legal status. On the other hand, Republican Party supporters are primarily people who live on the land and the market, such as rural landowners, some businessmen, and members of the middle class who have professional skills and do not worry about being unemployed, such as doctors. And in fact, these imply that the source of income for supporters of the Democratic Party is the secondary distribution of wealth, that is, revenue generated through government taxes and fiscal deficits. Republican Party supporters' income comes directly from the first distribution of land and the market. They are not dependent on the government nor various public utilities. Conservatives cherish the realization of their dreams through independent and personal efforts. They very much hope that American society can return to the traditional path it once was on. The current election update, it seems that Biden has not yet won. Someone said once one party is found to be fraudulent, no matter how many votes it received, the other party shall be counted as a winner. I hope that this can be enforced. Someone shared that Russian President Putin's spokesman revealed the reason why Putin did not congratulate Biden and said, "We consider it correct to wait for the official results of the elections to be announced. They are facing certain legal procedures that were announced by the incumbent president." Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich also criticized the left-wing media for declaring Biden's victory before legal cases are settled. Someone shared a tweet from US Senator Marco Rubio who said, "Democrats have contested and gone to court after many elections. Like any candidate, President Trump is well within his legal rights to request recount, contest unlawful votes, and if he has clear evidence of widespread misconduct or irregularities, take them to court." Someone shared that a Chinese Trump supporter said, "Many years later, I can tell my children and grandchildren that when America, a beacon of hope for the world, reached a historical juncture in 2020, I made the right choice and voted for Trump."
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high